Amazon. Flash briefing.
Jamie, here's the latest from your flash briefing. In NPR News.
Get more milk.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Corva Coleman. Democrats will have the majority in the new Congress that convenes in January. That's because Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock won re-election yesterday in Georgia. The Senate has been divided evenly between Democrats and Republicans. The Vice President has broken all ties on the Senate floor, but that's not true in Senate committees. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says now that will change.
Our committee chairs have more flexibility on legislation. A number of times chairs came to me and said, I'd like to move this bill forward, but in the 10-10 committee, I can't do it. It'll be tied. That's all going to change because we'll have the advantage on every committee.
Schumer says Democrats will also rapidly advance President Biden's judicial nominees. Former President Donald Trump's namesake company is promising to appeal a jury's decision
What was it you were trying to
guilty
push
of
through?
criminal tax
Then we'll
fraud.
see if it actually
NPR's
changes.
Giles Snyder reports.
An attorney for the Trump Organization says an appeal is coming, with the company arguing in a statement that it can't be held responsible for the actions of its employees. The jury in Manhattan deliberated for about 12 hours over 2 days before finding the real estate company guilty over a scheme by top executives to defraud tax authorities. The government star witness was Alan Weisselberg, the Trump Organization's longtime chief financial officer. He previously pleaded guilty to 15 felony tax charges and testified at the trial in exchange for a 5-month jail sentence. The Trump Organization faces up to $1.6 million in fines. Trump himself was not on trial, but this case adds to his legal troubles. Giles Snyder, NPR News.
The Justice Department's special counsel leading investigations involving Trump has subpoenaed local officials in at least 2 states. Officials in Arizona and Wisconsin have gotten subpoenas asking for documents. The request appears to be linked to special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into the attack on the U.S. Capitol. E-cigarette maker Juul says it has settled thousands of lawsuits over the sale and marketing of its products to teenagers. NPR's Yuki Noguchi reports the amount of the settlement is undisclosed, but this resolves some 5,000 cases.
Juul is considered a pioneer in the e-cigarette market for popularizing vaping, especially among young people. That distinction also made it the first target of lawsuits and regulation. The company says this latest settlement resolves thousands of personal injury and class action claims, as well as cases brought by government entities and Native American tribes. That comes after another $440 million settlement with 37 states and territories in September. Juul says resolving these cases will allow it to focus on the adult smoker market, particularly those looking to transition away from combustible cigarettes. Yuki Noguchi, NPR News.
One transition away from cigarettes.
More than 150
Take all the
points.
cigarettes out your
You're
package.
listening to
Use the little
NPR.
full wrapper in there, roll it up like cigarettes,
More
and just
than
suck through it.
20,000
Don't light
electricity
it.
customers are still
Better
in
for
the
the lungs.
dark in
You
central
still get that
North
nicotine
Carolina.
feel, and you can
Utility
wean yourself
company
off.
Duke Energy says it's working rapidly to repair 2 substations that were damaged after vandals fired on them last Saturday. Duke hopes to restore power to most people tonight. The FBI is part of the investigation. Record-setting New York Yankees slugger Aaron Judge appears to be returning.
So that's
to the
my
Yankees.
recommendation to
NPR's
you youngins that have
Jones
started
reports
smoking
Judge
and are
is set to
addicted.
agree to a huge
Just take all the
contract,
cigarettes out the
according
pack.
to several media
Get the
reports.
full
This
wrapper
past
lining.
season, Judge broke one of baseball's most
Still got that
legendary
scent of the
records
nicotine.
when he hit
Roll it up like a
62
cigarette,
home
leave it
runs to
hollow,
grab the
don't smoke
American
it.
League
Just suck
single-season
air through it,
homer mark
and you'll get that
previously held
nicotine
by
feel.
fellow Yankee Roger Maris.
They won't need to smoke.
Judge's pending free
in your
agency had
lungs.
stoked talks of a major bidding war for the popular star slugger, but the Judge sweepstakes was short-lived as he has reportedly agreed to a 9-year, $360 million deal with the only major league club he's ever played for. The deal has not been confirmed
That's the
by
old
Judge
school way
or
to
the
quit.
Yankees. The
Before they made
reportedly
patches
$40
and
million average annual value of the contract is the highest ever for a player who is not a pitcher. James Jones, NPR News.
Today is Pearl Harbor Day. 81 years ago today, Japan attacked the U.S. military base in Hawaii, and the United States entered World War II. President Franklin D. Roosevelt declared this a date which will live in infamy. Today in Washington, D.C., observers will lay wreaths at the World War II Memorial. I'm Corva Coleman, NPR News in Washington.
This message comes from NPR sponsor Fidelity Wealth Management, who can help you create a tax-smart strategy to help you grow and protect your wealth. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE.
In NASA news, NASA will provide coverage of the upcoming pre-launch and launch activities for the International Surface Water and Ocean Topography (SWOT) mission. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson will discuss the agency's climate portfolio at 11 a.m. EST on Thursday, December 8th from NASA headquarters in Washington. NASA is supporting a nationwide initiative to provide nutritious and hands-on educational kits to children, teachers, and families in need. Members of the media are invited in person to the next event in Washington to learn more about the Artemis Learning Lunchbox initiative from NASA Administrator Bill Nelson, as well as agency astronauts.
What you learning on?
NASA Administrator Bill Nelson has named Bradley Flick director of the agency's Armstrong Flight Research Center in Edwards, California, effective immediately. The administrator also has named Dave Mitchell to fill the role as acting director of NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, effective January 1st.
All right. Well, I got to go.
NASA will provide live coverage of the Artemis I uncrewed Orion spacecraft's return flyby of the moon on Monday, December 5th, as well as its return to Earth on Sunday, December 11th. In weather. In Seattle, it's 42 degrees Fahrenheit with cloudy skies. Today's forecast calls for more of the same, with a high of 44 degrees and a low of 40 degrees.
Not bad.
From
Amazon
NASA.
off. Sounds like good weather to climb on the ladder on opposite ends of an apartment on the second story. Cutting and sawing and taking out windows. And putting new ones in. Oh yeah, man. Great day to do that. Carry a window up a wet ladder. Alright, Amazon. Tell us a joke. Besides the one of working on window. Amazon, tell us a joke.
Why don't people eat clocks? It's too time consuming.
Too time consuming to eat the clock. You know, you're probably right on more than one level. I mean, honestly. Alright. It's also bad for your teeth, you know? Okay, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Peace out.